2 circuits, 4 days, and 28 games are already in the books, and the teams are fighting to secure their spot in the grand finals. We're heading into the third weekend, and as things are heating up, I want to make sure you are all caught up and prepared for the upcoming matches. Welcome back to the Season 1 AWC Circuit, everyone. So, let's take a look at the current standings in each region, starting with Europe. At the bottom, we have the Blastwave Bros, who, after some tough matches in Week 1 and 2, are still looking for their first win. It's not going to be easy, but they have shown incredible resilience so far. And fun fact, every member on this team has healed at least one map. Just one place ahead of them are Method EU. After losing 3 of their first 4 matches, they finally seem to have found their groove, scoring a win over Integrity Damp. And with their arguably strongest opponents behind them, they might just be able to clutch a spot for the finals still. And next up are 4 teams who currently all have played 1 series less, but are more than determined to prove to us why they are forces to be reckoned with. Tied up at 1 win, 2 losses, and only separated by a single map point are the Melee Cleave Extraordinaire Kowana Gaming and the Kings of the European Jungle Ad Hoc Gaming. While they still have to face off against each other, both teams are more than ready to carve their own path into the top 4. Tied up at 1 win, 2 losses, and only separated by a single map point are the Melee Cleave Extraordinaire Kowana Gaming and the Kings of the European Jungle Ad Hoc Gaming. While they still have to face off against each other, both teams are more than ready to carve their own path into the top 4. And moving to the first 2 finalist slots, we have another tie at 2 wins and 1 loss. Reload Esports currently have to surrender 3rd place to Creed due to map points, but both teams are looking to settle their score once and for all this weekend. In the land of deep dampening and cross kills, you will find the only 3-man roster in the AWC, Integrity Damp. Sitting in 2nd place at 3 wins, the legendary Shadowplay and their Arrestor Druid are eager to claim their rightful place as one of the finalists. And at the very top, with 4 back-to-back wins, reign the current kings of Europe, Skill-Capped EU. Although Ad Hoc and Kowana both managed to take them to Game 5, Skill-Capped remains undefeated, and they are the team to beat in the upcoming weeks. So, as you can see, with most teams only maps apart, it is everyone's game here in Europe, and any team can still make the finals. On the other side of the Atlantic, things are looking a little different, but not any less exciting. In 8th place, 4 matches played and still struggling to find their first map win, we have Space Station Gaming. With 3 more series to go, they are looking at a pretty steep challenge if they want to make the finals still. But the next 4 teams, they are glued to each other tighter than a turbo comp to a healer and only separated by map points and number of matches played. The first dead even score in both wins and maps can be found in 6th place, where Unitas and Charlotte Phoenix share a seat. They are looking to fight it out at the very end, so until then, every single map can be the deciding factor in securing a spot in the top 4. The legendary OTK, while still struggling to find their place in the current meta, are in 5th place and only a few map points away from claiming that sweet 4th spot. And don't worry guys, they have 4 more games to show everyone who really is the king of NA. Hamsters and Hares, after their triumphant win during the last cup, finished their first 3 matches with only a single win, but taking maps of 2 top teams in the process. It's going to be a wild ride for them to defend this 4th place, but they seem to be more than up to the challenge. Tied for 2nd place, again, dead even in wins and maps, are Cloud9 and the Golden Guardians. Both teams went through the first 2 circuit weekends with some smooth plays, interesting comps, and absolutely stellar performances. With both of them facing the very same opponents this weekend, it is a realistic possibility that this explosive tie will only be broken once they square off against each other in Week 4. And at last, at the very top of the region, undefeated with 4 wins and only dropping a single map to OTK, stand Method NA. They currently seem to be just a cut above the rest, but their toughest opponents are still waiting for them. They will need to take revenge for the Cup finals against Hamsters and Hares and fend off both Cloud9 and Golden Guardians this weekend. As you can see, the competition for the spots in the Season 1 finals in both regions is intense as we move into the last half of the 2021 Season 1 AWC Circuit. With some wild tiebreakers and explosive matchups, there are no games you would want to miss. You can catch all the action live on April 10th and 11th and April 17th and 18th only on YouTube.